of this restaurant is we want to be part of community, and community means supporting other members in that community. Whatever we can do to help these local farmers, we're going to be there to lend a hand.
I think that makes sense then. Yeah, we should dry farm just to do the experimentation thing.
A modest farm, perhaps, but the two men who work this land have big goals and dreams to connect with the many diverse communities here, to grow sustainably, and to help both underserved and mainstream consumers experience the fruits of their labor.
The big takeaway here for folks to hear is that, you know, we exist. This is a viable business, and it can be as long as you put the effort and you really lean on the community that you're hoping to foster and cultivate here.
There has to be more of a story behind where our food's coming from and who we want to work with. And I know that these are the stories that our guests love to hear.
And I hope in long term, my children will look to farming as an option. I feel like the generation has lost the connection to food, the connection to the land, the connection to the farmers, connection to the Mother Earth. But that's something I want to instill in my children, that look, this is where the food comes from, you got to take care of the land.
Manuel, el cayenne es otro, es chile, ¿verdad?
El otro es el...
Enséñame.
It's a warm afternoon in the arid desert landscape of Arizona. But here on Ed Curry's farm, it's always chilly. Ed spends a lot of time in what you might call heated conversation with his workers. Together, they're carefully tending long rows of chili plants with a single goal in mind, creating the perfect pepper.
It's a very tedious, slow process, the breeding, but it's also very, very rewarding because it's our babies.
Those babies include more than 200 acres of chili peppers of all kinds. Ed's parents started the farm in 1957. He's spent more than 3 decades carefully pollinating and crossbreeding peppers.
My dad taught me the beauty of farming and the love for it and doing a good job. My mom taught me the side of always improving something and always trying to make it better.
Today, Ed's helping cover these plants with a fine mesh to make sure his careful pollination efforts aren't diluted by a random bee or butterfly. The careful science and hard work seem to be paying off. A significant portion of all the chilies grown in the U.S. can trace their spicy roots back to Ed's farm.
I always kind of lean to making sure that we do things that give our growers really good yields where they can be profitable. But ultimately, it's all based around, are we given a flavor?
We still do everything a little bit by hand in that we see the chili, we smell the chili, we taste the chili all the time.
That flavor is what appeals to Jeannie Neubauer. She's the owner of Santa Cruz Chili and Spice Company. It was started by her father 70 years ago. As her business grew, she went looking for a place to build a bigger factory. She says Ed had a hot idea: build the plant right in the middle of his chili field. Each year, she uses more than 500,000 pounds of just picked peppers to make chili paste and other products.
What people expect from Santa Cruz chili paste is a consistent flavor, a consistent color, and a consistent heat level. And he's always been able to provide that for me.
Speaking of heat, Ed's happy to roast up some peppers and fire up a recipe. In this case, cheese-filled chili rellenos. And maybe he'll show you the biggest green chili pepper on earth. This bad boy weighs 2/3 of a pound.
Will you ever eat it?
No, it's a trophy.
A certified Guinness World Record.
This is Scotch bonnet or habanero. This is a Thai pepper, very hot. This is a cascabella, some of them call them yellow hots. This is a Fresno, red jalapeno hot. This is a serrano. This is ancho. This is jalapeno.
Walk the fields with Ed, and you'll learn that it's not the chili seeds that create the heat. It's the oil inside the plant, called capsaicin.
So this oil right here, and we judge how hot a pepper is by how far down it goes.
Even after 30 years, Ed says this vast landscape and fertile soil continue to fire his imagination and keep his enthusiasm running at a fever pitch.
It's been a real blessing to be involved in something that you could change in industry. I feel like, for the most part, we've been able to help our fellow man. And at the end of the day, isn't that what it's about?
That's it for this edition of America's Heartland. For more stories, full episodes, and recipes, visit americasheartland.org or connect with us on Facebook.
You can see it in the eyes of every woman and man in America's heartland, living close to the land. There's a love for the country and a pride in the brand. In America's heartland, living close to the land.
America's Heartland is made possible by
It's really important for AAPI stories to be told.
When we search for who we are.
It's so amazing, the family history I never knew.
When the journey.
This was the beginning of our journey to seek the American dream.
Brings us home.
Just getting those stories out there, that can be a very powerful thing.
World. Breaking through.
If you take a moment, you can see the world change.
Massive attacks using missiles and drones.
Stories that link all of us. Make sense of our lives. So we can move forward. Widening horizons.
Did you get that? That is incredible.
We are a part of a revolution.
That, for me, is so exciting.
Coming up on This American Land, Ruffed grouse are quirky birds facing threats from habitat loss.
We know how to recover grouse, getting partners on board, pulling in the same direction.
Collecting rays while the animals graze. There's a new concept called agrivoltaics on some farms.
Why wouldn't we try to produce energy, food, and conserve water in all the same space?
The heroes protecting our natural resources are ready to strut their stuff right now. Funding for This American Land provided by the Walton Family Foundation, the Horner Family Fund, Ronnie and Jim Wilkins Jr., Winchester, Virginia.
Hello and welcome to This American Land. I'm your host, Ed Arnett, and we've got some great stories for you this week featuring dedicated professionals and volunteers working to tackle today's conservation challenges. Across Appalachia, foresters, biologists, hunters, and conservation groups are working together to help stabilize populations of ruffed grouse. A decline in young forest has led to steady declines for this popular, captivating game bird. And we found that answers to the bird's recovery involve some unexpected partnerships and forest restoration tactics that are sometimes bold and unexpected. We start our journey in Tennessee.